Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. So we have seen the highest damage tanks in the game, and now we are going to look at the lowest, and a few of these are actually a surprise. So coming in at number 5, the 5th lowest average damage tank in the game currently is the Kranwagen at 1,994 average damage over the last 90 days. I was very shocked to see this tank in that top 5. One of the most OP tanks in tier 10. Yes, it did get nerfed, but even after the nerf, it is still very strong. But obviously, people are not playing it correctly. Now, the way you don't play it is basically brawling, because you don't have that armor profile, what you do, or the DPM. What you do have is an amazing turret. So obviously you need to go in the hold down position, you need to hide your hole, and you need to reload your shells wisely. It is the auto reloader, so it's not just about reloading 1 shell or reloading 2 shells or even reloading 3 shells. It all depends on your surroundings and when there is shots out. Now here you can see we're only reloading 1 shell at a time just to clear this E5 with my team here. And when you've got no shots, then yeah, of course you could reload your magazine. So here again, we've reloaded 1 shell, but we're going to use that 1 shell to clear the Death Star. So I always say, if you've got a shot, then take it. Yes, the DPM is very low, but if you wait to reload the second shell, then that tank or that shot might not be there by the time you've reloaded that second shell. So if you've got a shot, then take it. Now in this situation, I could wait because this tortoise is pretty much driving the stock gun. He's in the middle. I could potentially just wait to reload 3 shells at this point just to clear him, but you know, we're impatient because you have to sit for a long time to reload them 3 shells. It's 10 seconds just to reload the first shell. So but even 10 seconds to reload 1 shell, you're still doing 400 alpha, so it's still pretty good. So yeah, always take your time, reload if you have to. If you've got shots, then take it. Other people might say different, and again, that is totally up to you. You could reload 3 shells, you could reload 2 shells. Again, it is totally up to you, and it all depends on your surroundings. If there's a medium tank coming at you like here, that's a 2 shot, then of course it might be worth reloading the 2 shots, the 2 shells, instead of reloading 1 at a time. But I was very shocked to see that tank up there at number 5. Coming in at number 4, another tank I'm so very surprised about is the Pagetto, and again, it is another auto reloading tank at 1,985 average damage. People are not playing these auto reloading tanks correctly. The Pagetto 65 is an amazing tank. It's got a troll upper plate, and the turret is pretty weak. Does have some strengths in it, but I love this tank. I absolutely love this tank. It's basically like the Kranwagen with the auto reloader, but in medium form, so you can get around that map. The reload is much better on this than it is on the Kranwagen. So yeah, it's like people were not playing these tanks correctly, and to get an average of just 1,900, that's that's like 2 magazines. That's roughly about 2 magazines ish. So yeah, I'm very surprised that people are not performing well in this tank at all. And it is up there. It's number 4, literally the 4th lowest damage tank currently in the game. Excuse me. So very surprised at that. Coming in at number 3 is the Batchat and 1,980. We're looking at tier 10s here, by the way, not in the game, sorry. We are looking at tier 10, so the lowest performing tanks in tier 10. So 1,980, it is the Batchat. Now, I did actually expect this to be further down. Definitely didn't think the Pagetto or the Kranwagen will have less alpha. But yeah, they're very close. They're very close. I'd expect this to be sort of number 2 in tier 10, maybe, because people really don't perform well in the Batchat. But yeah, it's number 3. It is number 3. The 3rd lowest DPM tank at the moment in tier 10 over the last 90 days. Don't forget, it's not forever. I would love to get those stats, but yeah, that's something Wargaming I don't think will actually release. So the Batchat is still a very cool tank. It's still very good, but it does take a lot of skill in driving this tank. Now we're going to watch this game from Fruit here. Absolutely nails it, absolutely nails it. He's using it as a proper light tank, as a proper auto loader, and he's going to deal damage. Now this doesn't have any armor. Again, you can often get the troll bounces, but that is all they are. They are troll bounces, and our guy here has bounced 810 damage. So he's alone against two tanks, two super heavy tanks, and he does manage to clear the mouse. So it's just now a full hit point, pretty much a full hit point E100 to deal with. And again, I love the fact that he's using that mobility to get around, to reload, and by the time he gets there, he's reloaded and he can just YOLO into him, circle him because he is in the middle of the open, and just use that mobility. And there's nothing at this point this E100 can do. And as soon as he fires all 3 shells, he could probably just keep going around him, but he's gone for distance and he's just running away whilst he's on that reload. And you see it quite often that a lot of Batchat players don't perform well when they are playing the tank. They don't really know how to play it properly. And considering now this is the 3rd tank we've seen in this list, and every single one of them are auto loaders or auto reloaders. They're clippers. So clearly people are not playing the clippers properly. Now this is absolutely vital what he's doing here. He knows he's going to get shot, but he's waiting to reload, and what he was actually doing was waiting in the cap, because that actually stopped the enemy getting their cap points. And as soon as he's reloaded, he comes out, goes back to circling, and he takes him out. So that there was an absolutely amazing battle and a classic example of how to play the Batchat. 9,600 damage, and you don't see that kind of damage often in something like the Batchat. So it can still do damage, but yeah, people are not doing damage. Coming in at number 2, this has always been up there. The second lowest DPM tank, the second lowest damage tank in the game, or in tier 10 currently, is the Death Star at 1,979 average damage over the last 90 days. People have never performed well in the Death Star because this has always been there. It has always been there. People don't perform well in it, and that I think is mainly because of how many people play this tank. It is one of the most played tanks in the game, and people want the tank because of that alpha. What people don't understand is, yes, it has the high alpha, but you might only get one shot off a battle and then you're dead because you have that massive reload. So it has always been one of the most underperforming tanks in the game, and it currently still is. But the lowest damage tank in the game at the minute, the lowest average damage tank in the game, is the Mouse. Now I was actually surprised to see this is the lowest at 1,923, but it's not a damage tank. It is not about damage, this tank. It is all about the armor profile. It's all about the hit points, and it's all about taking shots for your team, not really about doing damage yourself. So even with the armor pro, you can still do damage in this tank. Even though it's not made to do damage, you can still do damage because you've got so many hit points, you've got so much armor. When angled correctly, you can still do damage. You've still got time to do damage before people take you out. But yeah, 1,920 or so, that's very low for a tier 10. Now I was expecting other tanks to be on this list, but so yeah, I was very surprised about most of these tanks. The only tank I really wasn't surprised at was the Batchat. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you surprised about any of these in this list? I'd like to know. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.